Hello, everybody. Welcome this Wednesday morning to some Crosstalks Movie News Live or Crosstalks Live Movie News. Hope you guys are having a great day and continue having a great week. I saw Superman yesterday. I'm going to see it again on probably Thursday or Friday, and then I'll have a full review out on from Crosstalks Movies on that channel probably Friday evening, Saturday morning. And with that, let's go ahead and talk some movie news that has come out over the last few days. So let's get right on to it. All right. So first up, we have some Avengers Doomsday behind the scene photos that are exciting. I guess you could say it's more exciting to just see some more progress in the filming. I know that we know that they had stopped filming for a couple weeks, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But anyways, let's get to this article. Avengers Doomsday set leak photos show the New Avengers, and the Fantastic Four teaming up for the first time. The only thing that's missing there is Spider-Man. Like, come on, man. What happens when Falcon, the Thing, and U.S. Agent walk onto a spaceship? Well, you get a big leak from the set of Avengers Doomsday. For one, photos show three members of the upcoming blockbusters cast together on set in costume have been posted online, shared on X/Twitter by MCU News Rumors. And while the images depict a set mostly surrounded by the blue screen backdrop, it's still our first look at three major superhero teams interacting. So, I'm just going to skip all that bullshit. So here is this, and part of me wonders. So this is the yeah, you can see it pretty clearly on there. So this is Ebon Moss-Bachrach as the Thing. You got John Walker, U.S. Agent, and then you have Eddie Ramirez. I think that's his name. Was that his name in the movie? Danny Ramirez. Sorry, I don't know why I thought Eddie Ramirez. That's Falcon. So part of me wonders. What ship is this? Because this does not look like the design of the Fantastic Four ship. But is it a new ship from the Thunderbolts? Is it a helicarrier? Is it something completely different? But it also makes me wonder, is this going to be the post-credit scene in Fantastic Four? Or what? At least one of them. So that, I do not know. Watching them film the Avengers, so that's cool. It's just cool to finally see this, like, it's happening. Like, it's real. It's actually, there's no more rumors. There's none of this other garbage going on. Like, what's happening next? This is really cool. And to me, it's cool and exciting just because it's getting done. Filming's happening. It got postponed by 6 months. Whatever. Who cares? It's still happening. And that's what's exciting to me. So I think there's potential that this might be some of or one of the post-credit scenes for Fantastic Four. They're just filming it super late in the game. They're going to just get it. They're going to get it pumped out in the next couple weeks. But I guess it is only 3 weeks away, so that'd be pretty difficult for them to do. But maybe this is an old photo. Who knows? So with that, let me know down below. What do you think about this? These three guys together on set. How do you think that interaction is going to be? I can't wait personally. Like, I hope Fantastic Four has like a 3 to 4 minute post-credit scene of all these people interacting. And also, Danny Ramirez, Falcon, he's on Sam Wilson's Avengers team, but White Russell, his John Walker, is part of the new Avengers with a Z. So how is their interaction going to be? Are they going to fight like, my Avengers team is better than yours and stuff like that? And then he's just going to come in and be like, dude, we're the Fantastic Four, like, relax. So I'm very curious as to how that dynamic's going to be between all the actors and the characters, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for Fantastic Four. We got about 2.5 weeks left, I believe. So let me know down below all your thoughts with that, and what are you most excited to see in Avengers Doomsday? All right, next up. So as of right now, this movie called Neza 2 is the #1 movie in the world for the year. It's made 1.8 billion apparently. I don't know if I believe those numbers because almost nobody has heard of this movie. The only reason why I've heard of it is because I keep up on the box office every week. But apparently it's going to get a US release, so it's going to add to it. It's probably going to then cross the $2 billion threshold. But I don't know, something about this movie just does not make sense as to why make $1.8 billion. But whatever, it's getting a US release. So let's see. Let's read this article here from the Hollywood Reporter. A rare collaboration between indie distributor and China's state-backed distributor, CMC. So the reason why I don't trust the numbers, It's because of this word. Oh, not that word. Where did it go? This word right here, China. I don't know if I trust their box office numbers. I'm sorry, China. I just don't believe you. You're full of liars. Um, and it will come to North America. So the movie is a Chinese thing. It'll come to North America in August. A24 and CMC Pictures are joining forces to bring an English language version of Ne Zha 2, the runaway animated box office sensation from China. What about Ne Zha 1? When did that movie come out? The English version will feature Oscar winner Michelle Yeoh in a lead voice role. The film will open to US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand on August 22nd, screening in IMAX, 3D, and other premium large formats. Ne Zha 2 became the world's top grossing animated film of all time following its release earlier this year during China's Lunar New Year holiday. It has earned a massive 2.2 billion. Oh, what? Well, the last time I checked, they're still at 1.8. So this is another reason why I don't believe the numbers. It has earned a massive 2.2 billion, surpassing Pixar's Inside Out 2, 1.7 billion at the global box office. It's the fifth highest grossing film worldwide overall, with nearly all of its revenue coming from the Chinese mainland. Okay. If you go to Box Office Mojo, let's just do this real quick because this is a little ridiculous. I'm gonna go here to Box Office Mojo because this says here it's the fifth highest grossing film worldwide overall. Now, I don't know. This is confusing because no film has made $1 billion, in at least in the United States. So let's go worldwide numbers. So Ne Zha 2, 1.89 billion. Okay. But that last one said 2.2. And also this is the number one in the worldwide box office of the year, not number 5. So what's the truth here, man? I don't understand. This is ridiculous. So I don't believe these numbers at all. That's why I don't even count Ne Zha 2 as the number one film of the movie or the year so far, because here it says the 5th. And also again, the word China doesn't really make me trust that it trusts its numbers. Anyways, directed by Yang Yu. I think I said that right. The film is the long-awaited sequel to 2019's Ne Zha, a modern reimagining of the mythological Chinese folk hero that became a cultural phenomenon and a milestone for Chinese animation. Ne Zha 2 builds on that legacy with a continuation of the saga, blending high-concept storytelling with even more impressive visual spectacle. So, excuse me. Ooh. I had an energy drink. Now I got the hiccups and the burps. So, I mean, I never even heard of Ne Zha. I'd never even heard of Ne Zha 2. Do I want to watch them? I mean, sure. Like, look, this just from this picture alone, the animation style does look pretty good, but I don't know anything about the folklore or anything like that. I wouldn't even know where to find Ne Zha 1 2019, and I'm curious as to how much money Ne Zha 1 made. Let's find that out too. I'm gonna look up all this crap right now just on the spot. Ne Zha 2019 is when it came out. All right, hour 50 minutes. The animation looks pretty cool, I will say. Let's do box office. Made 726,000 worldwide in the box office. So and look at this too. Domestic China. I mean, it's because it was made in China. I get that, but domestic and international, both China. What the fuck? So I'm not too sure how this works out. Maybe it's the 5th. Maybe the article was saying Ne Zha 2 was the 5th. Let me read this in full. It was the 5th highest grossing film. It says worldwide, but I was thinking maybe in China it was the 5th highest grossing film, which means China's box office has 5 other movies that have passed 2.2 billion. I just don't believe this. It just doesn't make sense. And apparently their way of adding the numbers together doesn't follow like most of every other country's like way of doing it. So like they kind of like do like a workaround, like loopholes or something like that. I'm not too sure. But anyways, Ne Zha 2, have you seen it? Is it that good? Is it worth the money that it's making? Did you see the first one? And are you going to see it when it comes to North America in August? Let me know down below. All right. So the director of Lord of the Rings, primarily known for that, Peter Jackson, he provides an update on the future after not directing a movie for 11 years. So I believe If that's the case, then I believe that The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies would have been his last movie that he did, if that's right. But let's find out. Peter Jackson has provided an interesting update on his future as fans are awaiting the director's first movie since 2014. Jackson is most famous for his work on Lord of the Rings, having directed the original trilogy and all three Hobbits in the 2010s. His next chapter is completely unexpected. I'll take a drink real quick. In an interview with Screen Rant, Jackson revealed that he's currently working on 3 different scripts for upcoming projects, although he didn't go into too much detail about what these projects might be. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Apart from The Hunt of Gollum, a continuation of the Lord of the Rings franchise directed by Andy Serkis, Jackson's scripts are being kept secret. Jackson was talking alongside the Colossal Biosciences CEO, Benjamin Lamb, about what's going to happen. Okay, let's see. Screen Rant. Peter, no, I'm certainly not retired. We are currently working on 3 different screenplays. I'm at the moment writing 3 different scripts. How does somebody do that? How do you not just stay so tunnel vision on one project until you're done and then move to the next? How do you like jump back and forth? I think shit would start to blend together, but that's also me. We are producing and have been writing The Hunt for Gollum, which Andy Serkis is going to direct next year. I've enjoyed working on documentaries. Yeah, he did. I thought he did the Beatles documentary that just came out like last year. Whether they show I've grown old or not, and obviously the Get Back the Beatles. Oh, there you go. The Get Back the Beatles project. I've enjoyed doing various things with the Beatles, which is great, and that'll probably carry on. I wonder if Sam Mendes. Let me just sidetrack here. Sam Mendes is doing the 4 Beatles movies that come out, I believe, in 2028, something like that, maybe 2027. But I wonder if he's going to work with Peter Jackson for like extra insight, since Peter Jackson did the documentary for the Beatles. But who knows? Back to this. But to me, this is Peter Jackson still talking. But to me, de-extincting the MOA would be just as exciting, if not more exciting, than any film I could possibly make. I've made a lot of movies, but to see the giant MOA brought back would be a level of excitement that I think would supersede anything at this point in time. What this means for his future, this means exactly what he said it means. He's working on 3 different screenplays and he wants to direct a movie soon. So with that, what is your favorite Peter Jackson movie? Is it the Lord of the Rings movies? Is it his King Kong? I'll be honest, those are the only movies that I know he's done, but I'm sure he's done lots of other ones. And with that, what would you like to see him take on next? And do you know, or what do you predict any of those 3 projects that he's working on will be? Let me know down below. All right. So Wicked is one of the biggest movies that has come out in the last couple years. And now we have the Wicked and Wicked for Good director Jon M. Chu is set to direct a Hot Wheels live action movie for Warner Brothers and Mattel. So are they trying to do a Matteloverse? And are they going to combine Hot Wheels with Barbie eventually? Who knows? After he leaves Oz, the Wicked filmmaker Jon M. Chu, the Wicked filmmaker Jon M. Chu is going to be putting the pedal to the metal as he is set to direct a live-action Hot Wheels movie for Warner Brothers. Based on the Mattel toy of the high-octane action film will showcase some of the world's hottest and sleekest vehicles, according to a press release. Plot details haven't been revealed, but ever since Barbie captured the zeitgeist and grossed a mammoth $1.4 billion, Mattel has been mining all kinds of children's toys for the big screen. Films versions of Barney, Polly Pocket, and the card game Uno and Rock'em Sock'em Robots are currently in the works. One of the best movies, so they've been talking about a Rock'em Sock'em movie forever, since like 2006, 2007, maybe a little bit later than that. But they already made a Rock'em Sock'em movie, and it's called Real Steel, and that movie's awesome. So go check that out if you want to see a Rock'em Sock'em type movie. A card game based on Uno. I collect Uno, so oh my god, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fantastic. I'll direct that movie. I never direct a movie, and I'll direct it. They could combine all the different Uno ones, and as soon as something about to win, you say Uno flip, sucker, and then you flip the whole thing. Oh man, that movie could be a lot of fun. Hot Wheels has always been more about speed than has always been more than speed. It's about imagination, connection, and the thrill of play, Chu said in a statement. Bringing that spirit to the big screen is an incredible opportunity. I'm excited to have the adventure that honors Hot Wheels' legacy while driving it somewhere entirely new. With that too, on a side note, Hot Wheels was I guess like partnered or had like brand recognition. I can't think of the word right now, but product placement. Hot Wheels had product placement in the Green Lantern movie in 2011. So if you've seen the movie, there's like he makes like a Hot Wheel track, and so honestly, that was like one of the cooler parts of the Green Lantern movie. But Hot Wheels and Warner Brothers have been partners for some time now. Jewel Taylor and Tony Roddenberry, who partnered on Creed 2 and Netflix's They Cloned Tyrone, will pen the screenplay with J.J. Abrams' company Bad Robot and Choose Electric Somewhere serving as producers. Mattel Studios president and chief content officer Robbie Brenner described the filmmaking team as uniquely positioned to capture the heart, adrenaline, and spirit of Hot Wheels, leading brand in car culture. John's ability to craft rich, elaborate worlds with distinct points of views makes him the ideal storyteller to bring Hot Wheels to life. That's very true. This sentence alone, after seeing Wicked, as I'm reading this, I can picture John M. Chu making that like the Hot Wheel like loops and like just the orange tracks and have that bright orange like sleek look and feel to it. I think he's going to do great, especially with the visuals in this. His films are visual spectacles. There you go. True eye candy, but what sets them apart is how he weaves unforgettable narratives from within those stunning frames. Chu has previously teamed with Warner Brothers on Crazy Rich Asians and In the Heights. He recently shepherded the Broadway smash Wicked Part 1 to more than $700 million at the global box office with 10 Oscar nominations, with the second half of Wicked for Good scheduled to land in November. Chu has attached his name to dozens of film projects at the moment, including Play-Doh Animated Universe to admit what the fuck? A Britney Spears biopic. Oh gosh, who's gonna play that one? And an adaptation of the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Well, that'll be a good movie. Another stage-to-screen musical in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Gosh, what is that guy not working on? So, with that, are you excited for a Hot Wheels movie to come to live action? Do you think it'll be a live action one? Just kidding. It says it right there. I'm stupid. Yes, it's going to be a live action. Do you think it's going to be live action in the sense of something like Cars, where it's only going to be the land and the world of the cars? Or do you think it's going to be people driving just the Hot Wheels cars, and it's going to be in this kind of like foreign land that's made up and everything like that, kind of like the Barbie Playhouse thing in the live action? Like, how is an actual Barbie land? Do you think it's going to be its own little separate land somewhere else, and then it comes into the real world? How do you think that's going to be? That might be the best way for them to do it, but I'd like that to not be the new trope where every single like toy or cartoon, something like that, is something that comes to the real world. Just having it established as its own world should be enough, but it all depends on how it's written, everything like that. But with that, let me know down below, what do you think about a Hot Wheels movie coming to live action? All right. Next up, in some news that I was not expecting. So one of Apple TV Plus's very first shows was The Morning Show, and I thought it was ending at season 3, but I guess there's a season 4. I don't think I watched season 3. I don't remember if I started it and didn't finish it, or if I just didn't even watch it, but I thought it was ending on season 3 because it had a lot behind it. The Apple TV series is about a network TV morning show. Okay, so it's coming back in September. Television news and media are in crisis. What better vessel to comment on that state of affairs than Apple's The Morning Show Season 4? In a teaser, the upcoming installment of Jay Carson's drama series from showrunners, blah, 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 Everybody's Coming Back, picking up almost 2 years after its predecessor. The 10-episode 4-season starts out in spring of 2024. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Just a few months before a fateful U.S. presidential election that would change the course of history. Oh, man. This can go one of two ways, and I think it's going to go the way that people are going to be annoyed about. From an Apple press release, in a world rife with deepfakes, conspiracy theories, and corporate cover-ups, who can you trust, and how can you know what's actually real? The teaser of Alex and Bradley walking past a reflective wall in slow motion looks deliberately artificial as a result, to make the viewer question what they can believe. The season 4 ensemble includes returning cast members such as Billy Crudup, Karen Pittman, Nicole Berry. Okay, I'm not going to read all these guys. A lot of people are coming back, except Steve Carell. He died in the show. Spoilers. Previous seasons of The Morning Show have been recognized through various awards, including 16 Emmy Award nominations for season 3, and multiple Emmy and Critics' Choice Awards for wins for Crudup over the years. Okay, so let's go ahead and just watch the trailer real quick. I didn't finish season 3, but maybe this trailer will make me want to. Probably not.
Each day through my window.
We have to stay together on this.
I need to have a say in the future of this place.
I have to do what's best for the network. question everything that we see and
That does look
think right
AI.
now more than ever.
There was a cover-up. The truth always comes out. You know that.
I need some dirt. Something I can trade?
It's always nice when you can get someone else to do your dirty work for you, right?
Want to run this place? You have to really, really want it.
Dang. John Hams?
Do you know what I had to do to get here?
This place isn't warm and fuzzy, it's a snake pit.
When you got this job, you said you were going to do it differently, and here you are.
I like to know who's an ally and who's a liability.
It sounds like the drama at
Oh, Aaron Pierre's in this too?
the drama on the network.
Oh, that was cool to see them switch off. Interesting. So it doesn't give much away. Is it a good trailer? I mean, I don't know. But maybe I will finish season 3. Let me know in the comments. Did you finish season 3? Have you seen this show? Does this make you want to see it? And are you excited for season 4? Let me know down below. All right, so now we have Superman released. I saw Superman last night. I will be seeing it again this week, but there's a lot of talk, and there has been a lot of talk. Will this be as good as Man of Steel? Will it be better than Man of Steel? Man of Steel sucked to some people, not me. So this one's going to be better no matter what. Is James Gunn better than Zack Snyder? Whatever. The whole thing has been comparing this Superman to the last Superman. It's been a whole mess. This article from MovieWeb says James Gunn's Superman is already dominating Man of Steel. So let's read this real quick because I got some stuff to say. Superman is just days away from being released in theaters, with some lucky fans already seen the film thanks to early bird screenings. The battle between DCU and Zack Snyder fans has never been more contentious. I think that's how you say it. The latter group is still upset over Henry Cavill being replaced as the Man of Steel, with David Cornsweet playing Superman in the DCU for the foreseeable future. I disagree with that, but maybe I'll come back to it. As well as those lucky fans, critics have been treated to early access to Superman, and the reviews have flooded the internet over the past 12 hours. While Snyder fans will staunchly defend Zack Snyder's vision for the DCEU, James Gunn's Superman is currently winning the fight. Okay, first off, actually, I'll go paragraph by paragraph and break this down, because these people at MovieWeb are... this guy, Archie Fenn, you're a fucking loser, dude. So... the latter group is still upset over Henry Cavill being replaced as the Man of Steel. No, there are very minor people that are upset about it, but most people, it's been, what, 2 years now, 3 years now, ever since it's been official that Henry Cavill was gone. Sure, would we still like to see Henry Cavill as Superman? Yeah, he was an awesome Superman. But are most people over it? Yeah, it's been 3 years. The only people that aren't over it are the ones that don't have anything to do with their lives. So to sit there and say that they're still upset about it, no, very minor people are upset about it, and it to where like it doesn't even matter, honestly. Anyways, while Snyder fans will staunchly defend Zack Snyder's vision for the future of the DCEU, that's true. James Gunn's Superman is currently winning the fight. Okay, so while Zack Snyder's vision for the DCU is being defended, yes, because people can tell where he wanted his story to go. And as people that are fans of creators, you still want to see the creator's vision come true. Whether it's good or not, you still want their vision to be played out. And the fact that he was fucked over by the studio pretty hard, and to where they ended up releasing his version of the movie because a very small group of people, I was one of them, were very loud on social media, then sure. But it also still left on somewhat of a cliffhanger, and the vision wasn't finished. So, and then on top of that, when Black Adam came out, Warner Brothers told Henry Cavill, like, hey, well, Henry Cavill was in the movie, but they also told him, hey, you can announce that you're coming back as Superman. Sweet. He's coming back. Then 3 weeks later, he's fired. So, like, it's not Zack Snyder's vision of the DCU. It's the DCU as a whole. He just had a vision for where he wanted to take the Justice League movies. So you have to include that in there. And also this last part of the sentence, James Gunn's Superman is currently winning the fight. No, it's not, because there's no fight. The only fight that's there is fucking idiots like you that keep trying to divide the fan base. So stop doing that. There is no fight. The only fight that James Gunn has, honestly, is with the box office. So it's with people that need to go see the movie if they want James Gunn's DCU to continue. That's the only fight that's there. Other than that, there's no fight. There's no such thing as a fight. We're all comic book fans and we're all movie fans. That's why we go to see these movies. It could be the best movie ever, and people could still say, yeah, I still like Man of Steel. I still like Henry Cavill. There's no difference to it. That doesn't mean it's one side or the other. So that's the first start of it. The current war between Superman and Man of Steel is being fought on the sacred battlefield of Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. This is why I don't like Rotten Tomatoes, because you have idiots like this that report on it that are like, oh, the critics said this, and that. It doesn't matter. Honestly, a critic's opinion doesn't matter to fans at all, because critics have to go and break down every single part of the movie. And if some critics might like one certain aspect more than others, a critic's opinion, to me personally, does not matter, because they're not fans. They're critics. There's a very big difference. Despite having Man of Steel having a devout fan base, which has grown in the years since its release, critics weren't that impressed with the film when it premiered back in theaters in 2013. I remember that as well. I was it 15? 14, 15? Somewhere around there. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Man of Steel when I first saw it. It was action set pieces with flashbacks. And the more I watched it, the more I love it. So I believe a lot of people that didn't like it probably only saw it once. And the more you watch it, the more you'll love it. And it's like that with a lot of movies. Man of Steel sits at a very divisive 57% of Rotten Tomatoes from 340 reviews. While it doesn't have yet as many reviews, Superman currently streets ahead of Man of Steel from a critic's perspective. James Gunn's first movie in the DCU holds a far stronger 86% critic score. Okay, 86% out of how many reviews? But I'm going to find that out. What does this actually mean for Superman? If you're one of those people who don't care about the Rotten Tomatoes or the rivalry between Zack Snyder DC and DCU fans, again, there is no rivalry. You have idiots that have nothing to do with their lives that start beef online because they think it's fun. There's no true rivalry. There's idiots and another word. So I'll probably say that in a minute too. Then it means about as much as Guy Gardner actually being a redhead in the comics, but in the diehard fans, the fuck does that have to do with anything? Okay. Next part of the article, Superman has 2 more massive battles ahead of it. Let's find out what those battles are. Superman may have won the first battle. Again, it's not a battle. Stop trying to divide the fan base. What we need to do is bring them together. There's things about this Superman movie that I really liked, and there's things about this movie that I really didn't like. That doesn't mean I'm going to tell people, hey, don't go watch it if you liked Man of Steel, because it's a very different movie from Man of Steel. I'm not going to tell people, hey, if you liked Henry Cavill, don't go see David Cornsweet as Superman because he's not Henry Cavill Superman. So, no, that makes no sense. Every single Superman has been different. Henry Cavill is way different than Christopher Reeve, and they're both great Supermans. Even Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh was more of like a mirror of Christopher Reeves, but even he was still a little bit different, and he's way different than Henry Cavill's. And this Superman, David Cornsweet, is a different Superman, but they're all good. So there is no battle as to who is the better or the best. There's no such thing as this battle. So, like these people that write these articles they're losers, bro. There are 2 more big milestones ahead of the film that the film has to cross before it can unanimously be called a success and an improvement over Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. There's no need to improve Zack Snyder's Man of Steel because it's already good and it's done. It's been done for 12 years. That's when that movie came out, 12 years ago. So there's no need to improve anything because it's done. The first and arguably toughest fight will come in the form of Rotten Tomatoes audience score. Audiences will get to have their say on July 11th when Superman releases in theaters. Along with genuine reviews, they'd be positive or negative. Many hardcore DC EU fans to review bomb Superman harder than the destruction of Krypton. Yes, this happens, but I believe Rotten Tomatoes has gotten better at actually finding out who has seen the movie and who's not. I think they actually have like a system now to find that out. But there's also people that went and would review bomb Zack Snyder. There's people that were telling, when Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, there were people that were telling Zack Snyder to have his that wish death upon his family after what he had already suffered through. So like, it's on both sides, and anybody that does that, they're honestly losers and retards. The second battle, which is the most important in the eyes of the studios, is at the box office. Well, James Gunn said that Superman doesn't have to be a bank-breaking blockbuster to be considered a success. DC Studios is likely hoping that it will surpass the Man of Steel's box office take, proving that fans are truly embracing a new version of Superman. Man of Steel earned $670 million worldwide when it was released in cinema. Superman is currently tracking for $130 million opening weekend, meaning that the target could be attainable. Probably not gonna. Two very different times when Man of Steel came out, and this one, obviously you have to adjust for inflation as well. There's less people that go to the movies now because it's technically more expensive. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But again, when Man of Steel came out, nobody was comparing it to, let's compare it to Brandon Routh's Superman's audience and critic score, or that Brandon Routh's Superman Returns box office worldwide. Let's compare it to Christopher Reeve. All that. No, they're just like, hey, cool, a new Superman movie's out. Let's see what it's like. But why can't we just do that? Why can't we just say, hey, a new Superman movie's out? Time to move on. That's that. It is what it is. Would I rather see Zack Snyder's vision? Yeah, sure. His vision sounded awesome. But am I going to sit there and whine and bitch and say that like anybody that doesn't like Zack Snyder's vision was wrong or they're stupid? No, because everybody has a right to that opinion. But to continue to sit here and say James Gunn's Superman is dominating Man of Steel, like you're putting fans of the Man of Steel and fans of Zack Snyder and Zack Snyder's work himself, you're putting it down with this fucking stupid title like this. So MovieWeb, get people that write actual real articles without causing division between the fandom, because that's the biggest flaw that we're in right now, is the division between it and comparing it to all the old stuff isn't bringing us together. It's splitting them, or the fans, further apart, and it's going to cause even more of a rift. Just let Man of Steel fans talk shit on it, go hate watch the movie, and then they might even come out liking it and be like, hey, I was wrong. This is fun. This is the future. This is what it is. I would still prefer this version, but I'm acceptable with this one. Like, why can't it just be that simple? So Archie Fenn, find a different way to write articles because you suck at it. And if you guys saw Superman, let me know down below. If you guys saw Man of Steel, let me know down below. And what did you or did you not like about each movie? To just have a conversation about it. Doesn't need to necessarily put one down. Let me know what you did or didn't like about them. All right, in our last article for today, AMC, this is still from MovieWeb, so I'm sure this will be a better article by Federico than the last guy that did the Superman article because he's an idiot. AMC Theaters makes moviegoers a half-price offer they can't refuse, but there's a catch. If you've been let down by the movie-going experience as of late, you might want to give this a read. Very true. I actually even had this situation happen last night, and my mom freaked out. But the AC was broke in our theater, and they didn't tell us. I'm assuming because they didn't want people to leave, and get their money back, so they didn't tell us. But if you've been let down by the movie experience as of late, that's one prime example. So Regal in Corona, California, motherfucker, if your AC's broke, let motherfuckers know, because there's like 200 people in that theater, and body temp, it gets hot. People got hot popcorn, stuff like that. Some people had hot food. It gets warm in there. So if your shit's broke, let them know, dude. Come on now. Or move it to a different theater, auditorium, something. Figure it out. So that's one way that the movie theaters can kind of get it better, or offer something free. Say, hey, let's give you guys free popcorn because this is broken. It's not your guys' fault. Whatever. Anyways, back to the article. You might want to give this a read. AMC Theaters, the largest movie theater chain in the entire world, has decided to offer viewers additional incentives to return to theaters. Like Vito Corleone in The Godfather Promise, AMC will give its loyal fans an offer they can't refuse. Starting today, AMC Theaters will offer 50% off Tuesday's show tickets and Wednesday, I believe. Yeah. This is an additional date in the plan that the chain had announced back in May to slash their prices in half for Wednesday shows. Tuesday and Wednesdays are usually the days of the week with the lowest attendance. Per the report by Variety, this is an offer exclusive to AMC member Stubs Rewards program. This will replace the $5 per ticket plan that was available on Tuesdays. This new plan will be especially convenient for you if you buy a ticket for a Tuesday show that would normally cost more than $10. In California, it's like $20. The lowest tier of AMC Stubs program is free to join, and the company has reported that they currently have 36 million subscribers. Wait, what? $36 million subscribers? The fuck? AMC CEO Adam Aron announced a new plan and hopes it will have a major impact on ticket sales. Box office numbers went through major shifts after the COVID-19 pandemic, and theaters still haven't recovered from this crisis that has caused major industry changes. Of course, it doesn't help that theatrical runs are significantly shorter, and some viewers prefer to wait until the film comes out on streaming. Per Aron's statement, so this is the CEO of AMC. Following the overwhelmingly positive guest response to our announcement of 50% off Wednesday ticket pricing, two things became clear. First, our Discount Tuesday program will benefit from clear, concise messaging that resonates with value-seeking moviegoers. So we are changing our Tuesday prices and our Tuesday consumer communications such that Tuesdays and Wednesdays will both feature the same 50% off pricing offer. And second, those moviegoers are also seeking value on concessions. While moviegoers are not required to purchase any food or drink to take the advantage of the ticket price discounts, there's an opportunity to add incremental snack purchase revenues for AMC on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So with this, it came out, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, it came out that, hey, they're going to add more advertisements and more trailers. They're going to have more of that, which is annoying. But at the same time, if you're going to cut prices by 50% 2 out of the 7 days a week, and they already have deals for the early showings. They already have, I think every single day is 20% off the early riser shows. So if you're cutting half the cost of those 2 days and already the other deals you have and everything else like that, now I can understand having more ads, having more trailers in there. That makes more sense because they got to make their money back somehow. And also on top of that, AMC has also put in on the show times. If you go to buy the thing, it'll say showtime will start 25 to 30 minutes after the trailers. So, or trailers, commercials, ads, whatever you want to call them. So with that, they're doing the best that they can to meet in the middle. They're doing what's good for them and what's going to make them money, and they're also doing what's good for the customer and saving the customer money. So it's the best they can do. Is there more that each can do between consumer and between consumer and the chain? Sure, there's always more you could do, but right now, this is the best middle ground, and hopefully, I mean, a lot of parents, they can't go out on the weekends because maybe they got sports or something like that, or maybe it's like family weekends or whatever, and the only time for them to have a date night is in the middle of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, half off. That makes the movies the cheapest date that there is besides the free one. So. And I think that'll drive a lot of people to go to the movies. I think what it'll also do, though, in return, is it will lower opening weekend box office, because then more people will wait to go see it on those half off days. So I think it'll make the week box office bigger, but lower the weekend box office. Not by much, but I think that we will see a decline, particularly in the AMC, the weekend box office. So with that, let me know down below, what do you think about them slashing it 50% off? I hope some more theaters chains will take place of this. Not all of them can afford to do that, so it's understandable. But hopefully this is a start of a good way to bring people back to the movies. So let me know what you think about all that down below. And let's see, is that it? Yeah. So, all right, that is it for movie news today, guys. Thanks for coming and watching. And thanks if you watch on the replay. Let me know what you think about the show, what I could add or get rid of to make the show better. Let me know what you thought about the articles, and I will see you guys at the movies. Peace.